Hi, my name is Georgia. I am the student social worker at Portside Community Mental Health Service. I briefly read that you moved interstate recently, and this is like how you came about my services.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Okay, well, first of all, before I start this initial assessment with you, I would just like to go over confidentiality.
Okay.
And now with confidentiality, it just basically means that everything you say to me within these walls is 100% private and will not be spoken about outside. However, if you say something that could be deemed as harmful to yourself or somebody else, I will have to break confidentiality. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, fabulous. So to start, you recently moved into state.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
I just moved into state, yeah.
And you found a nice area to live in, closer to family? Or...
Yeah, I do. I live close to my father and my sister who looks after my father. So I'm close to family.
That's really good. And your relationships with them, could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I have an okay relationship with my sibling and my parent. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, which has caused a little bit of tension between my family and I. There's, my sister doesn't believe I'm capable of sort of helping out when needed. And I would really like to start looking after my father a little more, being a part of his life.
Okay.
But because of my schizophrenia, my sister doesn't believe I'm capable of helping as much as I could.
Okay, and can I ask, when were you diagnosed with schizophrenia?
I was diagnosed about 20 years old, so about 26 years ago.
Okay, so you've had, time to figure it all out. And
a little bit. It's quite tough. It's a demanding mental illness.
Of course. And how are you coping with it around now?
I wouldn't say amazingly, but not horribly.
Okay.
I am known for not taking my meds.
Okay.
It's just a part of the mental illness.
Yes.
I have dealt with homelessness and drug and alcohol use because of this. I really would like to get back on track, but it's just quite hard.
It's quite hard. And I mean, you've done a great thing. You've moved into a place, so there seems to be no homelessness at this moment.
Yeah.
And I believe, if you keep it up, you might not be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so about your relationship with your sister, has she seen how well you're coping nowadays?
I don't believe that much, because she was sort of a full-time carer for my father. But now she's gone back to work. She's sort of just upped and left that, and I don't believe she's been able to see how well I can work with my father. I do understand that my schizophrenia can affect myself and the people around me, but being not sort of supported enough that I can do things does really sort of take me back. And
right, so you would like your sister to see how well you've improved, so you can help out with your father without her having to worry, because she's going back to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so your father, he, as you said, needs a full-time carer?
Yeah, so he's not too well at the moment, and he lives close by to where I live. That's so it sort of works out really well. I can be there as much as possible, but also give him some space and independence.
Yeah, of course.
Which I think would be really helpful for him.
I think that would be helpful for both of you, Did you have a good relationship with him growing up? Like when you found out, you were diagnosed?
I would say before I was 20 years old, I had a good relationship with all of my family. Yeah. Obviously, there was signs of some sort of mental illness there since I was young, which probably would have taken a toll on my parents, which is understandable. But I think for everyone, learning that I had schizophrenia myself and my family, it's a big thing to sort of wrap your heads around.
Of course it is.
It has massive different symptoms and different sort of changes. So I think our relationship hasn't been on the best side after that, but I think he's come to terms with that.
Yeah, and you think he would, have you gone about asking him about, being his carer yet?
I haven't yet. I've sort of discussed it with my sister at most, because she's been there and sort of seen what he needs. But I'd definitely be open to it. I just want to be a good daughter to my father.
I think a great step would be maybe to reach out to him, see how he's going.
Yeah.
And let him know that you are going to be there 100%.
Okay.
Especially with your sister not being able to do that. If he needs the care or, taken anywhere.
Yeah.
He just needs that little extra support. You guys could totally do that for each other.
Okay.
I think that could be good for you.
Yeah.
Just moving on a little bit further, I would like to talk about your living situation.
Yeah.
So you recently moved in to an apartment.
I did, yeah. So moving it interstate, I was lucky enough to get an apartment. I am having a little difficulty with that though, with my co-tenant, because of my schizophrenia.
Yes.
And not a lot of people sort of understand it.
Yes, it's not well spoken about.
No, I think my co-tenant doesn't really appreciate me and sort of my mental illness. He's sort of stated that I'm crazy and stuff.
Okay.
I have been told that I will be evicted. I've been threatened about eviction as well. Okay. And I'm just afraid to be homeless again because that's, being mentally ill and being homeless don't mix well.
Yeah, okay. So I see. Did your tenant have troubles from the get-go, like as soon as you got there? Or?
I would say so. Like maybe a week or two of sort of just giving me the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. But as it's sort of gone on further, I don't believe he sort of stopped that benefit of the doubt and sort of just targeted me, which is what I feel. I feel like he's targeting me.
Okay, and that's definitely not a good thing. I think we could maybe help you with that one. Is your accommodation, is it short term? Is it long term? How long?
I think it was supposed to be long term, but I think at the moment, because of the issues with my co-tenant and the threats to be evicted, I think it's short term. So I would definitely appreciate some sort of assistance with
of course
housing. Yeah.
I feel as if I think we could go through some different options, maybe find a nicer environment with tenants that are more accepting, so it's a safer environment for you.
Okay.
Do you live by yourself with a roommate?
I live by myself, but I have a really nice neighbor who understands sort of mental illness and where I come from. Yes. I don't believe they have much power over the co-tenant or to sort of understand where I'm coming from, but they've been really supportive of myself.
Okay, good. So maybe you would say your neighbor is maybe one of the closest people you have as support right now?
I would say so, yeah. They've been really supportive of me. They live close by, a neighbour, and they understand where I'm coming from. I don't know their experience with mental health, but they understand my mental health issue.
That's good. I'd also like to note that it's very strong of you to notice that you are not being treated well within your living situation with your tenant and your co-tenant. That it's not acceptable, and you want to find a place where you feel like you're safe and you belong, and you can live out your life not having to worry about the fear of being homeless again. Okay. So pardon me. So your relationships, we've kind of briefly talked about the one with your sister. Is that do you guys get along really well, or is it a bit strained?
I'd probably say a little bit strained, due to the fact that she was my father's full-time carer. She felt like I wasn't really helping out as much as possible, but she understood why I wasn't. She was probably a little bit restrictive of me to help. Yeah. I've always offered to help. I understand my mental health issues is a problem, but I would say she hasn't really also given me the benefit of the doubt to be able to showcase that I can help. Yeah, of course. I'm not just a mental health issue.
No, you're not. You are a human being who loves her sister and her father and her family. And you just want to help. Yeah. So I think maybe if you feel it might be a goal for you to reconnect with your sister in a way that you guys can feel like you can trust one another, especially with your father. Yeah. And so you've mentioned that he needs full-time care. May I ask why is that? I
think it's just his age. He's just quite fragile. Okay. And is unable to sort of do much physical activities
No,
when needed. Yeah.
Yes. I think, yeah, okay, fabulous. Is there anything else today that that's anything concerning or worrying you?
I would just appreciate maybe some help on support. I don't believe I have much outer support. I feel like I'm just always trying to sort of showcase how to be capable of doing things without people actually supporting that I can do things.
Yes.
I understand that schizophrenia can be quite it's a big mental health issue.
Of course.
It can change a person, it can change the people around the person that care for them. I would just appreciate a little bit more maybe outer support. Homelessness and housing, I would, I think that's a priority for me. I'm really worried that out of feeling targeted, he's going to evict me without, much notice at all, which I don't feel is fair.
No, of course.
I don't believe I am very disruptive and cause much mischief within the apartment block, but for some reason I'm just not really understood.
Yes.
And I would say some help with maybe medication as well.
Medication, okay.
Because I have in the past gone to alcohol and drug use, but with wanting to look after my father, I really want to.
You want to stay clear.
Be able to stay on my meds and be able to be mentally there for my family.
Okay, so a strategy maybe with your medication, do you have to take it at a regular time every day?
Yeah, I have to take quite a few medications like each day, so it's pretty regular.
Yeah, so with your device, maybe if you have like an alarm set, or is it easy carrying them around with you, or do you leave them at home? Do you have a little box?
I try to carry them around with me. I can take, there's periods of times where I'm really good at taking my meds, but with the schizophrenia, I definitely have periods where I believe I don't need the meds.
Of course.
Currently, I'm very, strict on the medications, and I believe that, it's necessary. But I know that in the future, I may have an episode where I sort of stop that and medicate the way that I wish to, which in the past has been with drugs and alcohol. Yeah,
so setting maybe a plan that you can maintain in the long run to remind yourself and make sure that you do take them.
Mm-hmm.
I did also briefly read in your notes earlier from when you came, you had a nurse that would see you every 2 weeks over there.
Yes. I did have a nurse.
And she helped you with your medication?
She was really helpful. She helped with my medications and anything else that was necessary. But now that I've moved into state, I don't have that regular nurse that I was really comfortable with.
Yes.
So maybe, help with that could be really useful as well.
We can definitely find you one that you feel most comfortable with. If we try and find you one and it doesn't work out, you don't feel comfortable, we can easily go to another one, explore many different parts for you. Do you think, because you were on a 2-week schedule with this nurse, do you think 2 weeks is a good period for you? Would you like to go to 1 week for a little bit while you're just settling down?
I reckon maybe while settling down, I could take a 1 week at a time. Mood swings and different sort of aspects of schizophrenia can change in a matter of seconds, or in a matter of a day or so. So
of course,
I think being with a nurse every week would be helpful.
Okay, we can definitely set that one up for you. We'd love to, and we can also help you with your tenant situation, your living environment. Was there so your family, is it just your sister and your father, or do you have anyone else?
It's my sister and father that are currently close by to me. I do have a daughter.
Okay.
The issue with that is because I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, I was sort of seen unfit to be able to look after her, so she went into foster care. And as a teenager, she wanted nothing to do with me, which I understood at the time and still sort of understood, but it doesn't take away from the hurt of your daughter not wanting to see me. she does live close by now. I've noticed that she does live in a neighboring town, and I've heard that she's married and has a daughter now as well. And I would really love to be able to be a part of her life, sensing that like I wanted to be a part of my father's life and look after him as well.
Yeah.
I'd really start to want to look into building a relationship with her as well.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, yeah, you want to reconnect a relationship that got damaged from a young age.
Yeah.
And just trying to, you know, bring yourself back into her life if she would want that.
Yeah, I think it really depends on what she wants. I don't want to push her. Obviously, she's probably had a traumatic past because of foster care, and I understand that. But I'm trying my best to sort of better things in my life with my sister, father, and now I really want to try with my daughter. And I have a granddaughter now as well. So
yeah, that's actually I'd like to know that's a really good strength that you have, that you know where you've come from and all the struggles and everything that you've had to deal with, and then wanting to benefit yourself, for not only yourself but for your community and your family. It's really strong.
Thank you.
And I think one way about when you do, if you wish to reach out with your daughter, which you know you can do privately by yourself, we can easily set something up if you would like to be accompanied. We can go to a friendly environment cafe, and be a social, safe setting, and bring up your past with her, and tell her how you've struggled, but how you really want to improve. I think she would like benefit from that a lot. You know. And then with your father, you wish to, you know, be in his life more.
Yeah.
Have you reached out to him yet?
I haven't, no, but I wish to.
You wish to. You've seen him.
I have seen him, but I believe because my sister was sort of his full-time carer that I should talk to her first.
Okay, no, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Have you thought about setting up anything soon to discuss this with her?
I haven't yet. I think my main focus is the eviction in my apartment, because if I'm homeless, it sort of creates a lot more issues, especially with my mental health. But it's definitely on the horizon for something I want to do.
Okay, so from everything that we've spoken about today, would you say that your main priority is your living accommodation?
Yes.
For it to be more long-term, in a more friendly environment where you feel safe and understood?
Yes, that's correct.
And you would also really like to rekindle multiple relationships with your sister, being able to trust you with, you know, full-time care with your father, and then your daughter getting back in contact with her, and the potential of being in her life more, and then your granddaughter. That's correct. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else today that is concerning you or on your mind?
I'll just say, because we've moved interstate, I would just appreciate sort of sufficient support and constant support, because it's a new place, it's new people, and I would appreciate just constant support from multiple sort of areas.
Of course, I think our next step, we could, if you wish, set up a nurse to come and see you every week, and we can help you, you know, arrange different times that you can meet your family where you feel comfortable and confident enough going into talking to them. Okay, fabulous. And would you like another? So our sessions, we generally do a session, 8 sessions within a span of time. You don't obviously have to. But if you would like, I would love to set up another meeting with you to expand and explore further your living conditions and your relationships with your family. So I would say, if you feel comfortable, maybe within the next week or 2, we could meet each other again when it's the most convenient for you. I'd be happy to come for another meeting. I think it would be really helpful and beneficial for myself. Fabulous. Well, it was really nice meeting you today.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.